What's up? So this is the actually today's quiet time. I read in 2 Kings chapter 13. There were three verses that stood out to me. The first one is verse 3, which says, "So the Lord's anger burned against Israel, and he handed them over to King Hazael of Aram and to his son Ben-Hadad during their reign." What stuck out to me is that God will punish us for when we turn away from him. Then the next verse that I highlighted was verse 5, which says, "Therefore the Lord gave Israel a deliverer, and they escaped from the power from the Arameans. Then the people of Israel returned to their former way of life." I wrote down that God never truly abandons us, and He protects us. The last verse that stuck out to me was verse 23, which says, "But the Lord was gracious to them, had compassion on them, and turned toward them because of his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He was not willing to destroy them, even though he has not banished them from his presence." I wrote down what stuck out to me was that God is faithful to his word and keeps his promises. Today is day 32. And the title is Desert or Desert Reasons. I'm guessing desert. The key verse is Isaiah 48:21. It says, "They did not thirst when he led them through the deserts. He made water flow for them from the rock, and he split the rock, and water gushed out." What I wrote down is that he gives his children everything they need to live. And the lesson talks about how being a follower of Christ does not somehow exempt us from hardship or seasons where it seems as if we're wandering alone in a desert wasteland. I wrote down that we'll always face trials, but it helps our faith grow and trust in God. Next, the lesson talks about how God uses everything as a necessary part of your faith. What got to me is that God uses it all to teach us. Then the last thing is that the good news is that you're never alone. And so I wrote down what stuck out to me is that He's with us always. Bye, guys. I hope you had a great way to end.